EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A short throw there to Strange. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. They'll run with Etienne. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
We don't see him miss too often. The ball could have slipped a little bit coming off his hand, and that's all it would take to send it high and out of bounds without a play.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Brenton Strange, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Stroud now to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Takedown, 70 yards. And the Texans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
You look at the defense for these Texans.
Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
With they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Lawrence. Looking long for Thomas. Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brian Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Jags, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Come on, offense, come on. Let's get some points on the board. Be patient.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and, you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. He's on his way. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. It came through in a big-time pick 6.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. And how about this, a fake? And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll give the Jags a first down.
Always enjoy a good fake, but I really enjoy it when he throws the football from punt formation. Now, you were a kicker and a punter in high school. Did you ever do that?
One time, threw to my man Tim Jones on a botched field goal attempt. Hit him right in the numbers, and Jonesy just dropped it.
Oh, the poor guy. Well, we had a fake punt here, and this guy caught it. So I think he and his friends will be okay with that one.
And he loves this play call, right? He's been waiting for this one all week long.
Been had that arm loosened up ever since they got to the stadium.
The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Here's Lawrence to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Pushing his way through. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brenton Strange, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Flush to his right. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. These two teams, they... Earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Stroud to throw it. And this one is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Brian Thomas.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Stroud, he's going to audible to something else.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Being chased out left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They made a nice effort to stick him in a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And now they'll shift things around.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he winds up getting this all the way down to the Jags' 19-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
South.
Put some points on the scoreboard.
Why Tony?
Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
2nd and 10. Stroud looking to throw. And this is incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes, it's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or 2 shy.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
When you make fan bases that was like that, we're happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Mixing up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. Antonio Johnson makes the stop. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now a pause for the injury, and that is, yes, Joe Mixon clearly in some discomfort following that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. In motion right, that's Dell. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
The throwing again is Stroud. Taking a shot for Dell here.
And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's Stroud. That is caught. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Stroud working out of the gun.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
That is Josh Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Stroud out of the gun here. He'll let this go deep for Collins.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins,
71 yards.
and the Texans are back within a couple of the lead.
Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Brian Thomas,
An 80-yard touchdown.
and the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw. Stroud.
Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
And they can't bring him down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Back to throw now on first down.
Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
A run for Pierce out of the gun.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Collins.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first.
They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here, the turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
And the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
Second down and 6 now.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, good move. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Looking long for Thomas. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Darren Stingley picks it. And the Texans are right back in this football game.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
A short throw there to Strange.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Brenton Strange, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
He's going to take another shot here. And this is caught at the 20. And this will get him all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. A huge play there for Houston. 62 yards.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins,
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
and the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2.
Point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And he'll get in for the 2 points as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I think this is going to arrive very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Play action. Stroud now.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And Stroud now to throw. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And let's face it, you can put any green costume on, you're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins from 17 yards out. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, Those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. This is 1st and 10. Here's Stroud.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Stroud. That's complete to Pierce. And he will get a good amount of yardage back on 2nd down, but the clock still runs.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Now Stroud.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Jags have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed every single one.